Solaris is a 1961 Polish philosophical science fiction novel by Stanisław Lem. The book centers upon the themes of the nature of human memory, experience and the ultimate inadequacy of communication between human and non-human species. In probing and examining the oceanic surface of the planet Solaris from a hovering research station, the human scientists are, in turn, being studied by the sentient planet itself, which probes and examines the thoughts of the human beings who are analyzing it. Solaris has the ability to manifest their secret, guilty concerns in human form, for each scientist to personally confront. Solaris is one of Lem's unregistered trademark S philosophic explorations of mana unregistered trademark S anthropomorphic limitations. First published in Warsaw in 1961, the 1970 Polish to French to English translation of Solaris is the best known of Lem's English translated works. Plot summary: Solaris chronicles the ultimate futility of attempted communications with the extraterrestrial life on a far distant planet. Solaris is almost completely covered with an ocean that is revealed to be a single, planet-encompassing organism, with whom Terran scientists are attempting communication. What appear to be waves on its surface are later revealed to be the equivalents of muscle contractions. Chris Kelvin arrives aboard Solaris Station, a scientific research station hovering near the oceanic surface of the planet Solaris. The scientists there have studied the planet and its ocean for many decades, a scientific discipline known as solaristics, which over the years has degenerated to simply observing, recording and categorizing the complex phenomena that occur upon the surface of the ocean. Thus far, they have only achieved the formal classification of the phenomena with an elaborate nomenclature yet do not understand what such activities really mean. Shortly before psychologist Kelvin's arrival, the crew has exposed the ocean to a more aggressive and unauthorized experimentation with a high-energy X-ray bombardment. Their experimentation gives unexpected results and becomes psychologically traumatic for them as individually flawed humans. The ocean's response to their aggression exposes the deeper, hidden aspects of the personalities of the human scientists while revealing nothing of the ocean unregistered trademark S nature itself. To the extent that the ocean unregistered trademark S actions can be understood, the ocean then seems to test the minds of the scientists by confronting them with their most painful and repressed thoughts and memories. It does this via the materialization of physical human simulacra. Kelvin confronts memories of his dead lover and guilt about her suicide. The torments of the other researchers are only alluded to but seem even worse than Kelvin's unregistered trademark S personal ordeal. The ocean unregistered trademark S intelligence expresses physical phenomena in ways difficult for the protagonists to explain using conventional scientific method, deeply upsetting the scientists. The alien mind of Solaris is so greatly different from the human mind of consciousness that attempts at interspecies communications are a dismal failure. Characters: the protagonist, Dr. Chris Kelvin, is a psychologist recently arrived from Earth to the space station studying the planet Solaris. He was married to Harry, who committed suicide when he abandoned their marriage. Her exact double is his visitor aboard the space station and becomes an important character. Snort is the first person Kelvin meets aboard the station, and his visitor is not shown. The last inhabitant Kelvin meets is Sartorius, the most reclusive member of the crew. He shows up only intermittently and is always suspicious of the other crew members. His visitor remains anonymous, yet there are indications it might be a child with a straw hat. Until recently, there was also another member of the crew, Gibarian, who had been an instructor of Kelvin's at university, and who committed suicide just hours before Kelvin came to the station. Gibarian's visitor was a giant negress, who twice appears to Kelvin. First in a hallway soon after his arrival, and then while he is examining Gibarian's cadaver. She seems to be unaware of the other humans she meets, or she simply chooses to ignore them. Harry, who killed herself with a lethal injection after quarreling with Kelvin, returns as his visitor. Overwhelmed with conflicting emotions after confronting her, Kelvin lures the first Harry visitor into a shuttle and launches it into outer space to be rid of her. Her fate is unknown to the other scientists. Snort suggests hailing Harry's shuttle to learn her condition, but Kelvin objects. Harry soon reappears but with no memory of the shuttle incident. Moreover, the second Harry becomes aware of her transient nature and is haunted by being Solaris's means to an end, affecting Kelvin in unknown ways. After listening to a tape recording by Jibarian, and so learning her true nature, she attempts suicide by drinking liquid oxygen. This fails because her body is made of neutrinos, stabilized by some unknown force field, and has both incredible strength and the ability to quickly regenerate from all injuries. She subsequently convinces Snork to destroy her with a Sartorius-developed device that disrupts the subatomic structure of the constructs. Cinematic adaptations. Solaris has been filmed 3 times. Solaris, directed by Boris Nienberg. Solaris, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. The film loosely follows the novel's plot, emphasizing the human relationships instead of Lem's astrobiology theories, especially Kelvin's Earth life, before his space travel to the planet. The film won the Grand Prix at the 1972 Cannes Film Festival. Solaris, directed by Steven Soderbergh, starring George Clooney and produced by James Cameron, also emphasizing the human relationships, and again excluding Lem's scientific and philosophical themes. Lem himself observed that none of the film versions depict much of the extraordinary physical and psychological alienness of the Solaris Ocean. Cultural allusions. The Austrian opera Solaris by Detlev Glanet. The Italian opera Solaris by Henry Correggia. The German opera Solaris by Michael Obst. The British stage production Solaris by Dimitri Devdariani. The Polish stage production Solaris, The Report. The Macedonian multimedia project Solaris by Zlatko Slavinsky. The British BBC Radio 4 version Solaris by Hattie Naylor. The Hungarian rock band Solaris named themselves after the novel. Space rock band Failure's album, Fantastic Planet, Track 9, summarizes some events in the novel. Musician Folk's album, Solaris, Track 7. Musician Tomata's album, Cosmos, Track, is based on the music by Bach featured in Tarkovsky's film. Solaris computer operating system developed by Sun Microsystems, now owned by Oracle Corporation. Funny Games film by Michael Haneke. In the movie's conclusion, Peter discusses with Paul the philosophical implications of Solaris. English translation. Both the original Polish version of the novel and its original English translation are titled Solaris. Jean-Michel Jazienko published his French translation in 1964, and that version was the basis of Joanna Kilmartin and Steve Cox's English translation of 1970. Lem himself, who read English fluently, repeatedly voiced his disappointment about the Kilmartin-Cox version, and it has generally been considered second-rate. Since Lem sold his rights to the book to his Polish publishers, an improved English book translation seemed unlikely. Always remaining in print, the rights to it never reverted to the author. Reprints, ISBN 0-8027-5526-7, ISBN 0-15-683,750-1, ISBN 0-15-602,760-7, ISBN 0-571-21972-1. On June 7, 2011, Audible.com released the first direct Polish to English translation as an audiobook download narrated by Alessandro Giuliani. The original Polish text was translated into English by Bill Johnston, with the approval of Lem's estate. An ebook edition of the Johnston translation followed. See also, Fiasco, His Master's Voice, The Invincible, other novels by Lem with a similar theme, Ocean Planet. References. External links, Solaris, book page on Stanisław Lem's official site. Solaris, essay by Stanisław Lem. Solaris, review Jaya T. Solaris, study guide Brian's S. Solaris, study guide Hughes C. Video, Solaris Opera. Plus. Video, Solaris Opera.